The D, man.
Yeah, shout out my nigga from D's Media, you feel me?
Yo, it's your boy D's Media back again with another video. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel on the road to 100K. Today we're going to talk about King Von. Family man say that KAYLA B stole a hard drive worth millions of dollars worth of King Von unreleased music. And man, they exposed his friends, man, for stealing his clothes and designer stuff right after he passed away out of his Atlanta home. Let's jump straight into it.
We went out there to Von house. All our family is out there. And so I go in the house, I go upstairs, and KAYLA's in Von walk-in closet. So she just sitting there, she's sitting there crying. So I sit next to her. Like, I want to say about 15, 20 minutes later, me and her just start having like regular stuff where she gonna move back to Chicago because it's like traumatizing. She like, nah, because I was supposed to be behind the house and like, y'all can always come visit. So she was getting ready to leave and she was like, yeah, I'm gonna take this suitcase because my friend bought it and I'm gonna take a couple items to remember my brother as. She around him every day, so I'm not thinking none of it. So she took some like 2 pair of mirrors, a jacket, and like a shirt or something. And she took the Louis suitcase. So sure, take it. I wasn't thinking none of it. Then after that, she on the phone with somebody. They telling her like, go under this cabinet for the hard drive. The hard drive's under this cabinet, this and that. I'm still not thinking none of it because okay, she just getting his music, protecting, stuffed it in the suitcase with all the clothes, and then you just left. And then 3-4 days later, you get a Range Rover. We went out there to Vine.
At the end of the day, I believe what Baylo is saying, man, because Baylo is close to King Von moms, and they pretty much, they is the one that's in control of King Von estate. The one smart thing that King Von did before he passed away was he officially owned his masters. He wasn't in no publishing deal, so he owned 100% of his pie. You know what I'm saying? That was the smartest thing that Von did. He didn't sign to OTF. He was officially signed to Empire. I believe that Dirk still got a percentage off of his music, but physically signed, they say he wasn't physically signed to OTF, but he was letting Dirk eat off of him pretty much, which is right. Dirk put you on. It would make sense right at the Von pass to whoever was close to him, whether it was Vonnie, KAYLA B, Dirk, whoever it was, to get that hard drive. You talk about if Von got 40 to 50 songs on there, let's just say 40 to 50. 7 songs is an album nowadays. I don't know why you dudes try to put 10, 12, 15 songs. Dudes, people's attention span ain't even that long no more. 50 songs, 7 songs, that's 7 albums right there, right? You know how much money that's worth? You know what I'm saying? It would make sense for somebody to get their hands on that. It's no telling if that hard drive was sold to Lil Durk. It's no telling if that hard drive was sold to Empire. It's no telling if Von's songs in the future gonna get leaked. You never know. You never know. But King Von family probably not being smart in the music industry around that time when he passed away, they probably wasn't thinking to go to his house and get his computers and his hard drives and stuff like that. In their mind, they just probably like, all right, we're going to lock up his crib. All right, this, and that. They not think about no hard drive or none of that. Fast forward to right now, when they didn't put out his albums after he passed away and they got a little bit more experience in the music industry. Now, if they was in Von house and he passed away today and they knew what they know now, of course they'd be trying to get laptops and computers and all of that. But then back then they wasn't thinking about that. And that's just my personal opinion, But now the one thing though that is a little funny and is a little suspicious to me is that when Von was alive, bro, none of y'all dudes was wearing this type of stuff. If Von gave that to y'all when he was here, why wasn't none of y'all wearing this stuff when he was here? Think about that. Y'all dudes wasn't wearing this type of stuff. Y'all dudes busting out with $7,500 pair of shoes and $1,800 coat. Come on, bro. Y'all wasn't living like that when Von was here, man. And I get it. He did probably give a lot of his stuff away. But there's no way in the world if Von gave you a pair of $7,500 shoes, you wouldn't have worn them when he was here. There's no way in the world. If somebody gave me a pair of $7,500 shoes, anytime it's time to impress somebody, I'm wearing them things. I'm going to wear them to the soul run out. You know what I'm saying? Well, me personally, I probably got them signed by Von and not wear them at all. Because now thinking about it, they'd have been worth bread right now. Think about it. If you got a pair of Von shoes or one of his jackets from his music videos. Keep holding that over time. Trust me, it's going to be a fan that's going to pay some bread for that. That's what I would have did if I was Von, homie. I'm trying to tell you, I'm having him sign everything. Socks, drawers, hats, hoodies, all of that, bro. You signing something for me every day. If I'm Von get tired of me, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like, man, y'all dudes went in that man's house after he passed away. Von invited a lot of his friends from Chicago to his album release party, which he was celebrating when he passed away. A lot of those dudes were staying at his house, I would assume. Von ain't about to Von ain't about to get no hotel for all them dudes, man. Them dudes was laying on the floor, in the living room, in the garage, probably all through the crib. Come on, man, you got to think Von is still from the trenches. Come on, bro. Bro, this is a big house, bro. If you don't find somewhere and just lay down and go to sleep, come on, bro. They was in that man's house before Von passed away, celebrating his album release. Y'all can go look. The video is online. They was celebrating his party with him. So it would make sense if his personal items was in the house and y'all was there. It would make sense. But it's your boy D's Media signing out. Peace, positivity, network growth. Let's save these kids. It ain't never too late. The D, man.
Yeah, shout out my nigga from D's Media, you feel me?